Hey yo, hey yo. What's going on, everybody? Derek here. I had to hop on the dialer, make some calls. Uh, been spending the last few days, really the last couple weeks, on perfecting the new texting platform that I got, new SMS platform. What's up to whoever is in here? If you join and you like the content, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like or a comment letting me know exactly what it is that you like about the content or some type of recommendation, suggestion on what type of new content you'd like to see. Um, God, I wish I had somebody in here that could let me know. Check, because I'm gonna hook up my headset here so that I can connect to my dialer. I just don't know how that's going to affect YouTube stream. Check. Okay. Output can come through my headphones and that not affect anything. Input. Check, 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 check. Okay. Check. Check. Um, hello. This is join on. Hello. Check. There we go. Hopefully YouTube now. Um, Probably sounds crispy as all hell too. I wonder if the output's gonna check. Um, it's weird because when I log out of or when I click out of this screen here, device for sound inputs, input volume, output volume, show volume in menu bar. Sorry, I'm just figuring this out. Check. See, I don't know if it's. Oh yeah, there you go. Check. 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 I don't know, man. I don't know. I wish somebody was in here. Check. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What if I just go like this? I'll leave this up because I don't like it when it. I like the sound of it like this. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that works, and hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully somebody hops in here quick to let me know so I'm not just filming unnecessarily. One thing though is that I don't think that I'm gonna be able to. Um, I don't think that I'm gonna be able to, or you guys rather would be able to hear who I'm calling. But let's see. I'm just gonna hop in anyways. I didn't plan on having you guys hear them because of my headphones. It's a little bit of a different thing here. Like with my old dialer, Mojo Dialer, you actually had to call in with your cell phone and connect to the dialer. I think it's technically analog, referred to as an analog dialer, because you have to do that. You have to like dial in and then the dialer will dial your numbers out. Whereas this one, all I do is I'm just connected to my USB, and technically, I think that I could probably even dial without a headset, and I can just be talking in and out of my computer. But this gives the sound quality like it's extremely nice. Um, so if there's a way, hopefully there's a way where I can figure it out where you guys can hear what they're saying too, although it's coming through my headphones. I don't know. There's probably a way to do that, but not something that I've spent a huge amount of time researching. So I'm just gonna get my script out here for when that hot lead comes on. I have a little bit of framework, so I know what I'm gonna say to them. Uh, like I said, I've been focusing on my SMS. I had I've been it's like a week in now on my SMS campaigns, and I'm about a week in, and just yesterday I started actually getting some traction because it's a drip campaign automated where they get texted once on day one, another time on day two, another time on day three, and then they start spacing out like by the week or bi-weekly. But since I started it last week, I sent out like 60 on Tuesday, 75 on Thursday, 100 on Monday, 150 on Tuesday. And so now, yesterday, Wednesday, all these are starting to kind of pile up, and the drip campaign's working. So yesterday, I got a few responses on like the fifth message that I had sent out to those people. Um, two of them were like favorable. One guy was like, "I'll listen to an offer." Doesn't sound like it's going to be a deal. He sounds like he really has his guard up. He's really more so asking out of curiosity. Um, he he told me that it's like really a lot of updates have been made. Um, there's some exterior work that sounds like he needs done, but it's in like a gated community. I think the HOA is like close to $500 a month, the HOA fee. So I don't think it's a deal, something that can be wholesaled. He may be able to get, retail for it if he wanted to take the approach of listing it on market. The last I said to him, I just shot him a text trying to pull the price out of him, seeing where I would even need to be for him to start entertaining an offer, because I don't want to just throw out a number and lose out on an opportunity if because I also don't want to insult him, because he literally just said that he updated everything, and I'd just be insulting him by throwing out a low ball offer. So I just want to see if he'll even entertain anything below retail. If not, I'm just wasting my time, and I can go for the realtor referral. So the last thing I did was I asked him, and that's something else that I want to do. This is just a quick note that I'm going to make for Fizz. I'm going to set up um, a realtor referral campaign, so that when stuff like this, well, I think I did actually. I'm tripping. So when stuff like this happens, I can just um, ideally he would respond with. I already set this up. Ideally, he would respond with a price that's high, and then the first text in that campaign, that realtor referral campaign, that's a little bit too high for us as an investor. It wouldn't make much sense, but I do think that you probably could get somewhere close to that if you were to list it on market. Is that something that you'd be open to? I can refer you to a realtor, whatever the text says already. But that first message is saying that that's going to be a little bit too high for us. So it's in response to somebody saying a retail price. Um, then I can determine, okay, should this be referred to a realtor, or are they just saying $1 million when their property is worth 100,000? That's not even worth referring to a realtor, right? But anyways, this video isn't about the text. I'm making a habit to. This is something else, kind of. I'm making a habit to always have that tab open on my computer, because people are going to respond to the text throughout the day. It's not like everybody responds. Everybody who's going to respond is going to respond right when you send the text out that first time. As you just heard, the responses that I got yesterday were from like that fifth text message. Um, and I even, like, last night, I got a text 10 p.m. my time, which is midnight my market's time. And I'm doing this virtually for anybody who doesn't know. So it's a 2 hour time difference. They're 2 hours ahead. So it was midnight their time. And she texted me back saying not interested. So that just goes to show you, I guess, the power in it. And that's really what I'm looking forward to. I was, if J-Lep ever tunes into this one, he'll know I deliver food. And I was out yesterday doing that. Not realizing that while I was out, I had a round of texts that were going out as well as a follow up on the drip campaign. And I was just out there, like, every 2 minutes, I'd get a not interested, no, no, thank you. And, although, and then that's where I saw those two kind of responses. I didn't mention the other woman who was actually, I'm actually considering her a lead. She gave me a number. It's right in the ballpark of pretty much where I need to be. She has her daughter living in there, though, so that's kind of the obstacle that we'd have to get past, is finding her daughter a place to live that's affordable. I don't really know their situation. I think there's some type of other motivation behind there as to why they're wanting to sell in the first place. That's the only thing I don't really know. But she said that they've talked about it in the past. Uh, the condition, she's done a few things, but it does need work. Um, but she has taken care of the big ticket items. She just dropped in a new AC, replaced the roof, windows within the last 5 years. So it would be not like a huge renovation project, but it would be something, probably average, above average work needed, level of work, amount of work needed to it. So that's a good one. And again, she threw out her price and she was like, I thought about it. If I sold it as is, I'd probably want 140 for it. I think 140 is exactly where an investor, an end cash buyer would have to be on that to make like a 20 to $25,000 profit. ARV on that is like 225,000. So I pretty much just need to talk her down any. Uh, However much I can talk her down is me creating a spread for myself. She's pretty much got me. If I already agreed to her 140, I'm break even, and I make $0. If I get her down to 130, I make 10. If I get her down to 120, I make 20,000. So my goal on this is to try to get her down to 115. I don't think that's an unreasonable drop for somebody who asks 140. I think that I'll give her the benefit of the doubt and go to say that she has the wherewithal and slightest of negotiation skills to not throw out her bottom dollar price the first time I asked. So I imagine 140 is probably like her best case scenario. So if I come with anything in like that, honestly, I might try to anchor her something like under 100 and see how she reacts, and then come up to like 110. In hopes of staying under 115, under 120. But at the same time, I'm not going to let it slip. I'm not going to let the lead go because I don't get her down there. I'll take it or whatever. As long as I'm making money, I'm not tripping. But just so you kind of understand on that one. And that was one that, again, I was just out driving and I'm getting these texts. So it goes to show the power of the platform and how, uh, you know, although I'm not getting like a crazy amount of bites, on the bait that I'm throwing out there, I'm still getting the no's. And the more no's I get, the closer I get to that yes. So I'm down to get 100 no's while I'm not even sitting in front of my computer, while I'm just driving around, while I'm sleeping. I'm down for that. Because with text, just like I mentioned, how they don't necessarily respond right away, they don't expect you to respond right away as well. It would be preferred, but if you're going to text me at midnight, I think it's reasonable for you to expect me to text you back the next day. So although it's not like, uh, what am I trying to say, like PPC or like Facebook ads where you need to answer the phone live. If they're going to call, I probably should answer the phone live, but I've kind of taken the approach of volume over anything else. So I've set up an IVR, a call tree, so that when they call back, they can pretty much tell me if they're interested or not. But yeah, that's pretty much it with that. I'm stalling. I'm gonna hop into this campaign cold call. There it goes. Messed around with the audio a little bit. Hopefully this doesn't throw off the phone calls. Something else too. I can do that. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. So I don't know. I think it may still be coming through the computer, my audio. I guess because that's what I chose when I started the live video, what my microphone is going to be. I can't change it halfway through, which is cool, I guess. But something that I wanted to play around with today was how many lines, because on CallTools you can call it to 10 lines. I just started dabbling with 3 lines because that's what I'm used to on Mojo Dialer, triple line dialer. But I want to start pushing it. I think it sounds like people play with 5. I think 5 is like, because anything beyond that, I think you just end up burning through your contacts, and you end up missing out on a lot of conversations because people are answering when you're on the other line. So that you got to find that balance. Hey, Julian. Hey, Julian. Damn, I missed it. I had my fucking mic up. It was on mute. I was playing around too. I didn't know if it was actually making calls. That's the thing that I don't really like about CallTools. It's not as interactive as Mojo. Hey, Alfred. Oh, I'm sorry. I have the wrong information here. It's not interactive, so I can't like see who's dialed or who's being dialed. It just pops up on my screen when they answer with all their information. So I have to like know where to look for their name, for their address. I don't really like that. Whereas with Mojo, I at least knew the name of the person. As the property information was loading up, I can at least address the person. What's going on to whoever's in here? Keep grinding, bro. I see J Lep. Yeah, man. Can you hear me right now through the live? I'm having technical difficulties on my end, or at least I'm creating problems that don't really need to be created. I just want to make sure that I didn't mess up the audio enough because I know that you probably can't hear them talking, but I just want to make sure that you can hear me at least. I hear you clearly. All right, cool. Does it sound better quality than usual? I wonder if it's coming through my mic or through my computer still. Because I can hear myself talk through my mic, but it sounds super crispy. Hey, Elizabeth. Hi, this is Elizabeth. Hi, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Wellington Street. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Better than last time. No problems now. Yeah, yeah. Now I'm over at my place. You can't hear them talk though, right? I'd imagine. Um, that right there was a Spanish speaker, which is probably why you heard me get all weird about it. I need to create a contact disposition Spanish speaker. Again, I'm just for now. I can't hear them talk. Yeah, I didn't think so. I need something else. Maybe we'll get like an external speaker is what I've seen other people do who have like kind of weak setups like me. They'll get an external speaker so that the audio from them is played out loud and hopefully also played through my headphones so I don't really have to hear the speaker. And then that way I can talk to them through here, if that makes sense. Where it's like it's just a speaker, not a speaker microphone. So it's just output, no input. And then I can use this as input. I might be able to do that hopefully so that you can actually hear them. But what did I say? Oh, I need to create a Spanish Um, just gonna go ahead and put her not interested for now because I want to mark that as a contact. It was the person I was looking for, just Spanish speaker. Hey, Anna. Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on O'Donnell Drive. Oh, okay. Completely understand. Would you happen to have any others you might consider selling at the moment? Would you happen to have any other property or maybe a piece of land you might consider selling at the moment? Okay. All right. You think maybe in the near future at all or no? Okay. Would there be a more appropriate time for me to follow up? Maybe another 6 months or so? Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'll give you a shout then. All right. Have a good one. I know. 6 month follow up. Sounds like, she was open to talking clearly, but so I'll mark her follow up. See, this is where I need to start. I got to go follow up, create note, not interested, but gave permission to follow up in 6 months. Um, I want to create a calendar event, name, um, follow up, description, gauge interest, type, callback, event, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, the 28th, around this time. Set, save contact, save that note. Let me see that that was saved. It was. Marker as follow up, contact disposition, call disposition, marker as contact made. Boom. So that's something that I got to become a little bit more familiar with is the contact disposition, where things are on the screen, where I need to go to put a note in or set myself a follow up, uh, because that's the type of stuff, as insignificant as it seems, cuts into the productivity, right? Um, and what I am excited about CallTools, what I'm excited for about CallTools is um, they track all of that. So it's tracking how long. Hey, Maria. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I know. Uh, CallTools tracks all of that. So it will show you, and it's really built for teams, is what I found. Um, it's like set up for you to hire cold callers and add agents because it doesn't charge you for extra agents like Mojo did. On Mojo, you had to buy a dialer for every agent, whereas this is just plug and play. As long as you have enough people to call, everybody can hop on the same dialer. It's not any extra money. And it tracks, again, all of those stats so that I can see, if I were to ever hire a cold caller, I can see it tracks in terms of the call statistics. It tracks like how long you were waiting to get on a call, how long you were talking on the calls, talk time, and during your entire session, how long you were in post call, which is what I'm talking about. By cutting down that post call time and quickly dispositioning your contacts, adding notes as quick as you can, setting follow-ups for yourself, and then going on to the next, trying to get the next person on the phone really matters, that little stuff. And then, yeah, just all those KPIs I really get excited about because that's what ends up making your business predictable, and you can really gain control over it to see like, dang, it took them, they were waiting for calls for this amount of time. Like, I need to be getting them on the phone with more people more frequently. So maybe I have them, hey, Yvonne. Hey, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Sadler Street. Oh, will do, ma'am. I appreciate you taking the call. Bye now. Um, but yeah, that type of stuff really matters. And that's again like just to be able to see those stats and to make business decisions based on the stats to optimize the process and refine the process. That's what I'm excited about. That's what I'm feel like I'm best at, which is why I honestly am trying to just like push through this initial, you know, effort that is required to build the business and take it off the ground. And I want to as quickly as possible start to replace myself in the day-to-day operation so that I can start overseeing the bigger picture. But I also know that there is no bigger picture without me actually creating something to manage. So that's something that I kind of deal with every day. Is I'm looking at the stats, like, oh, look at that, like I can track that, I can track that, but I get lost in the sauce. I'm like, none of this matters unless I'm actually generating income because that's what I really need to be focusing on. That's what I need to. That's the only KPI that matters. That's the only metric that matters is how much money. Hi, Merva. Hi there. This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Bangs Road. I hate people who do that. She said, "Oh no," and hung up. I'm pretty sure that was her. So I'm gonna mark it as a contact, not interested. It was more of like, "Oh no, another one of you people. I'm not interested." I see J Lep out there grinding, out there doing the dash. I don't know. I don't think you were on here earlier when I was just talking, but I'm really excited about my SMS platform because, the automation, the drip, the text, the voicemails that they get automatically after I manually put them into the campaign the first time, they kind of just happen sporadically, right? Because they'll be happening like 25 hours after I added them in. And then 23 hours after that one, they get another text and voicemail. So I was out yesterday delivering. And as I'm driving around, I start getting, because I got the app too. So it's all synced up. And I started seeing like people texting me back. And I was like, oh, wow, it's firing right now. I forget that it's like, as long as it's in a window of time that I said is okay for the campaign to be going, then it's going to be sending off texts. And then it was. And people were texting me back. And I was getting like, hey, is this Mr. Palacios? Hello? Hey, is this Mr. Palacios? Oh, okay. I might have the wrong number here. I'm sorry about that. I'll be hanging up on people too. I won't wait for them to hang up. But that was cool yesterday. I was just out and like every 2 minutes a uh, I was getting a no, like not interested. Thank you though. Like no thanks. Not selling. Fuck off. Some of those too. Don't get me wrong, but then a couple of leads started trickling through. Like I'd listen to an offer and I was like out driving. Like damn. Like all right. And again, it's cool because it's text, so they don't really. There's no expectation as to like when you should be getting back to them. Obviously, the sooner the better. But if you don't text them back right away and you text them back like an hour later, it's like kind of understandable, right? Because it's through text. Nobody is expecting you to be right on top of your phone. Uh, again, sorry, just making a little note for myself, a little edit that I need to make. Um, but that was cool just to know that it was happening. And then I got like I said this earlier, J-Lep, but I don't know if you were in here. I got a text at like 10 p.m. my time, which was midnight in my market. And this woman had texted me back saying that she's not interested at midnight. So pretty, again, pretty cool to know that that stuff is happening. And I'm, granted, I'm not getting yet a bunch of people who are texting me at that time saying they're interested, but I'm cool with getting the no's out of the way too. Like, text me no that you're not interested. I'm fine with that. Hey, Juan. Sounds like that was the right number, but got his voicemail. That's what note I made for myself too. I made a little note for myself that I want to mark if it patches me through to a voicemail machine, an answering machine, because the system has voicemail recognition, but it leaves you the option to connect very fast, connect at a normal rate, or connect slow. If you connect fast, then you're patching into the call as quick as possible and you don't leave the system much time to determine if it's a voicemail machine. So if you select fast, you're going to connect to a lot more answering machines, a lot more voicemails. If you select normal, it's like, hit or miss. If you select slow, then you're almost guaranteed to not connect with a bunch of voicemails, but it's going to take a little bit longer to actually connect to a human that picks up because it. Hey, Yolanda. Damn it. Somebody call me. See, like right there, like I connected and she already hung up. It was like she probably had already said hello and was waiting for me to say something, if that makes sense. So I don't know what speed I have it on, but that's what will happen if you select slow, because now you're giving the system more time to determine whether or not it's a human or a machine before it patches you through. But that kind of comes at a cost, right? Because now you're going to get patched through to less voicemails, but the likelihood of somebody hanging up before you even get to the line, it gets increased. So I think I have mine on normal, if not fast, which is why I'm patching through to these voicemails. But something that I want to do is add a call disposition to make it a answering machine so that I can go back in later and study my metrics and determine, okay, I had it on fast and it connected me to like this many machines per hour. Okay, well, let's try to play with it on normal. I can put it on normal and it connected me to this many machines per hour. If that makes sense. JLab, I actually deliver for Amazon, but my good friend does DoorDash. Yeah, Amazon I heard is pretty good too. I mean, Amazon has, I don't know if anything's changed, but I remember back in the day when people used to work in the warehouses and delivery. I remember they took pretty good care of their employees, compensated them, and even cut them some stock, if I remember correctly. But then I remember recently seeing that they treat their drivers poorly. So I don't know, mixed signals. I remember back in the day, I would hear of people getting paid well and get stock issued to them. I don't know if that's still the case. Multitasking, I see. Yeah, I'm not. I haven't gotten to that point where I feel that comfortable. I feel pretty comfortable with the texting platform now. I don't feel as comfortable with my new dialer. Hello, hey, Mr. Ortiz. Oh, I may have the wrong number here. Maybe you can help. Nope. Um, so once I get a little bit more comfortable with the dialer itself, I do plan on multitasking. Uh, Once I get more familiar with the dialer, and once I still need to refine my process to take all of that manual work out of my texting process. But once I get a new list in there with only mobile numbers, then I think it'll go a lot smoother. So I've gone through like 350 contacts in that first list that I uploaded. The list was close to 1,000. It was like 950, I think. So my goal is to start sending out like 150 new texts a day on Mondays and Tuesdays, so 300 a week. Um, So I should be able to get through the remainder in like the next 2 weeks. And then I'm going to get a new list in there and try to do it a lot better. When I go to import it, that is only import mobile numbers. Just do a little bit more work. Hello? Oh,
Hello?
hey.
Hey, I just saw your text, which is funny. So now you have to admit,
Yeah.
I was gonna text you and ask if you would mind coming out for like 10 minutes. Yeah, I just have a lot of awkward stuff. I don't have like big heavy bags. I just have like some stuff with the mailbox.
That's fine. Just call me when you're here. I'm on the phones, so
Okay,
uh,
perfect.
but but yeah, at one point that's exactly what I want to do. Once I've refined the process, I foresee my texting process being very uh uh sorry, I'm picking my girl's parents up from that airport later. She said the flight's delayed, so that's gonna throw me off a little bit. But um once I get everything refined on the texting process, it's going to be very smooth. I'm only going to deal with the high level conversations, which should be like just a small handful every day, where I'm sending out at that amount. And then I plan on keeping it at that amount, probably like 150 a day. And then once I'm get that new list in there, where I'm not having to deal with all the landline errors that get kicked back, and it's just really smooth, where I only have to deal with those high level conversations. I plan on introducing my dialer into that process while I'm texting, um, so that I can do both at the same time. And then at that point, I'm going to start messing around, hopefully with um, increasing the texting as I'm calling, and start to slowly increase the texting so that I can manage everything at the same time. Would you text back immediately if someone were interested when sent around midnight? I would try. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If I was awake, um, I would. I would keep it to text. I wouldn't call them, but yeah, definitely. See, okay, now here it goes. All these new wave of text just started getting sent out literally 1 minute ago. So they're getting this text saying, "Hey there, just following up on the text I sent. Did you have a number in mind that you'd be hoping to get for address?" Just and then the second text right after, just in case I didn't mention this, any condition is okay with us. We can pay all closing costs and you wouldn't have to pay any fees. So this is day 3, which means that these people got texted on Tuesday. And this is the last round of texts that are going to go out for this week, I think. Because now it's starting to get to the point where people are in other campaigns and they're not just getting those first 3 texts. So it's going to build up. And sorry, I'm not catching you live. I'm pausing in between deliveries. No, you're good, man. Do your thing. Get to the bag. Yeah, that's a good one, J-Lip. I'm going to write that down. I need to just have like a sticky note somewhere with new content ideas. Uh, Going over contracts and what they all mean. So my question to you would be, what do you mean by what they all mean? Like the language in the contract, or like what the contract itself means? Because there are multiple contracts that are used. So are you talking like a general, like what type of contract would I use in this situation? Or are you just specifically talking about the purchase and sale agreement that is used to get the property under contract with the seller and to kind of dissect that contract and the language within that contract that I use? I could really do both. But I'm just curious to know what you mean by what they all mean. Are you referring to all as all of the contracts, all of the different type of contracts that I use? Because there's a purchase and sale agreement that goes between you and the seller to actually put the property under contract. And there's an assignment agreement that you'd use between you and the end buyer to assign your interest. Then there's addendums if you have to make any changes. There's cancellation contracts if you or the seller backs out and you put it in writing. There are there's all types of stuff. There's post possession agreements that would grant somebody the ability to stay in the property after you close. No wholesalers. J-Lip, I don't know if you were in here when I was just saying that. I think that's a really good idea. But my question to you is, what do you mean when you say, quote, what they all mean? Do you mean what does the language mean in that purchase and sale agreement that you would use to get the property under contract with the seller? Or are you referring to it on like a broader scale, like what every contract means? That would be my question to you. I think that both are good video ideas. I'm just curious to know what your question is so that I can best answer it in the video. Hi, is Mr. Hernandez? I'm sorry? Oh, no, I don't. I'm sorry. Why not? Same thing, Spanish speaker. I need to, which is pretty predominant in this area that I'm calling here. This guy just texted me back saying, no wholesalers, headed to sign a contract for 135K, make it 140 and it's yours. 10-day close, title is already open. Let's run some comps. His estimate is like 188, 189. Hey, Roberto. Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Strickland Street. Do I have the wrong number here, or no? That was the right number. He just was not interested. Not interested. Contact me. Hello? Hey, Olga. Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Wellington Street. Okay, you think you might be in? She had let me know she was not interested at the moment. So I was gonna go for the. You think maybe in the near future, but she cut me off. Um, I think ARV on this one is 220 times 0.92. I've just been subtracting 40 to account for both my assignment fee and the cash buyer profit around this price point. That way, if I find like a cash buyer who is willing to take $25,000 profit, I get 15K assignment fee. If they want a 30,000, I still have enough to make a 10,000. But if I find somebody who's willing to take like a $15,000 profit on flip or whatever the case may be, then you can start seeing what I'm saying. Then I start gaining a bigger assignment fee. So, but I've just been taking 40,000 off of that to account for both my assignment fee and the buyer's profit. 162. Um, the place is under 1,000 square feet. Looks like it needs at least on Google Maps at least 30,000, if not more. Probably around like 50. 132. That's where exactly where the other person was at. I don't think I could beat it, to be honest. 220. This place is gonna need like $50,000 of work. 50,000. I'd be at like 120. He said no wholesalers. Hello? See, yeah, it's connecting really late. And I'm like skipping through tabs and stuff, but still. I'm going to say to this guy, that I would say not knowing anything about the condition, I would likely be around. Gonna need anywhere from 30 to 60,000, probably 30 to 50,000. So I would be like 130, anywhere from 110 to 130. Hey, Andrea. Oh, I'm so sorry. I might have the wrong number here. Maybe you could help me out. I was looking for the owner of a property on Twin Oak Street. I was looking for the owner of a property on Twin Oak Street. Do you happen to know the owner? Or oh, okay, okay. My name is Derek. I just wanted to give her a quick call and see if there'd be any interest in possibly receiving an offer on that property there. You think there's any interest in selling? Okay, right. Mm-hmm. 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 That makes sense. I can give you a more direct line, actually. I can give you my cell phone, so when you want to reach back out, you can reach me directly. That's something that you'd be interested in. Oh, okay, okay. Well, how about go ahead? Hmm. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I appreciate that. And what was your name? Yvette. All right. Perfect. And when would you say is kind of like a just to get an idea of when you think that decision would be made, just so that I can follow up at a more appropriate time. Okay. Okay. Very cool. Sure. Yeah. And just to kind of, this last thing, I won't keep you too long, but the last thing I'll let you know is, kind of how we're looking to buy the properties here. It's my partner and myself. We're looking to pick up one, maybe two more properties before the end of the year, and we have cash on hand, so we can pay cash. And with the cash, that allows us to close a little bit quicker if that's something that you guys are interested in. But we're definitely able to work on your timeline to make sure everybody's comfortable and has enough time to get their affairs in order. We can also cover the closing costs and the fees, anything like that. And we will buy. I think the best part about it is we will buy the properties in as is condition. So we wouldn't ask you to make any repairs or anything like that to the property before it's sold. So we're really just looking to make a net cash offer that would go right in your pocket. Hmm. Sure, sure. I'll shoot you a text right when we get off the phone here. All right. I appreciate you taking the call, Yvette. I'll talk to you soon. Bye now. Boom. Um, uh, I meant what the language means, but do both, please. That's a good idea. I can do both. I can kind of at a general level talk about like what each contract means and when would be the most appropriate time to use it, or at least the ones that I've used. Because I know that there's like subject to seller finance depending on the seller situation. So I won't go into those because I've never personally used them. But just for a cash offer, I can talk about the purchase and sale agreement, the assignment agreement between me and the cash buyer, any addendum that the title company may need, cancellation agreement because I've used that as well. Um, so I can do that, and then I can dissect. I can start off by dissecting that initial purchase and sale agreement, the language in there. Amazon's giving us hella stops. I work for a subcontractor, so they don't care what the routes look like. They give us small raises occasionally to keep up with inflation, but I get along with everyone. Sorry, what? No, he hasn't. Uh, Brianna, did you pull everything up? Oh, okay. And having 3 days off is nice. Yeah, I bet. 3 days. How long are your shifts usually? Working, what was that, 4 days a week, full time, I imagine. So you couldn't hear that conversation, but that was a good one. She was kind of pissed in the beginning because I asked for Andrea, which is the name on the property. Turned out that was her mom that I never would have figured out if I didn't dig a little deeper. So she was like, "No, there's no Andrea. That's how you pronounce her name, Andrea, at this number." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Just kind of nice about it. Like, maybe you can help me out. I was looking for the owner of a property on at this address, and she was like, "Oh, that's my mom." I was like, "Oh, okay." I just wanted to reach out, see if she, would ever consider an offer on her property. And she's like, "Yeah, well, it sounds like what she was saying is her and her siblings have very recently had the conversation about moving her either in with one of them or into some type of a nursing facility, elderly living facility, and possibly selling the house or keeping it and giving it to one of the siblings." But they're going to have that conversation in 2 weeks. They planned on taking her. And I didn't realize it was that kind of a quick of a decision, but clearly they've been talking about it. So I'm going to shoot her a text right now with my phone number so she can have it. And she was very adamant. She says, "If we do end up selling, you'll be the one who I call." So thanks, I appreciate that. So this is what I'm talking about that post call stuff. So I'm going to say, create note, spoke with Andrea's daughter, Yvette. She mentioned that this is her mom's property and that her and her siblings are deciding deciding if, I hate to say it like this, but deciding what to do with their mom. They will either move her in with one of the siblings or into a facility, and then decide if they are going to sell the property or have somebody move into it. Yvette is the oldest sibling and plans to have lunch with her bros and sisters and her mother in 2 weeks. She will present them with this option, and there are plans to reconnect in 3-ish weeks if he hasn't heard back. Do that, save that note. I want to set a calendar event for myself. Name, follow up. How'd the combo go with her mother, bro, sis, mark, type callback. Boom. 3 weeks from now. 1, 2, 3. Set. I think that's all I need. Save that. I didn't mark her as a lead. I marked her as a follow-up because I really don't know anything about the condition. I don't know about the price that they're expecting. I don't really know what their timeline would look like if they did decide to sell. I just know the motivation, which is typically the hardest part to get, but I'm glad I was able to squeeze that out. I needed to text her. Hey, J-Love, do you know the type of stuff that you're delivering when you're delivering it? I've always wondered that. Or is it just like, I know you were just saying that's what kind of sparked it? I work for a subcontractor, so they don't care what the routes look like. Like, are you delivering for a specific sector in the market, like electronics or something, or do you not know? And it's just like, go here, drop the package off. I've always wondered that. Because you hear about people popping the boxes who work for the mail carriers all the time nowadays. It's always been a thing, but I feel like I'm hearing about it a lot more recently. Hello? Hi, is this Mr. Sanchez? Oh, I'm sorry about that. What's up, everybody? I see two folks in here right now. Do me a favor, drop me a like. It helps. I swear, I'm not just saying that. If you've been in here recently, you've heard me preach about it, but I'm big on metrics and stuff, and I've been kind of studying my live streams and my videos that I post. And you always hear people, YouTubers, say that like it really helps the algorithm, but it's funny now that I'm actually posting videos and I'm studying the metrics. It's true. When people like it and comment on it, it just gets shown to more people and more people watch it. It's kind of funny because now I'm on the other end saying it. And I feel like I need to say, like, I swear I'm not lying. And like, likes really do matter, and they do. So I really appreciate it. Anytime you drop a like, anytime you even comment something in the live chat or on the video I posted, pre-recorded video, it helps a lot. So, uh, if you enjoy it though, I never want to force anybody. I watched one YouTuber not back in the day, probably like last year, but he would always say when he went live, like, don't forget to pay the entry fee. It's free, which is the like. And he'd always be calling people out. Like, I see 20 people in the chat, but I don't see 20 people paid their entry fee. But I don't know whoever's in here. I'm kind of dialing right now and also texting a little bit on the side, a little bit of multitasking. I had one guy after like day 3, he texted me saying, no wholesalers, headed to sign a contract for 135, make it 140 and it's yours. 10-day close. Title is already open. I quickly ran some comps. I have ARV at like 220. Hey, Joe. Joe, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Avenue B. Okay. All right. Completely understand. While I have you, would you happen to have any others you might consider selling at the moment? Okay. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I appreciate you taking the call. Bye now. Son lives in the property, no interest. He has a lot next door. Not interested in selling that either. But to kind of finish what I was saying, I quickly ran comps on that one. Hello? Hey, Jose. Jose, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Treasure Drive. Hung up. That was him. I'm gonna guess it was him. I said, hey, Jose. And he said, who's this? He let me do my little pitch. Hung up once I asked about the property. I am always leaning on the edge of that being the person and just marking it as a contact. I don't have any interest in calling that person back and getting yelled at or whatever the case may be. But yeah, this guy, no wholesalers, headed to sign a contract 135, make it 140, and it's yours. Hello? Dang, there's a lot of connections right now. That was cool. Just popped up a calendar event for something that I told myself that I was going to do right now, even though I'm dialing. That's a little unnecessary. But, anyways, I quickly ran comps on this guy's property who's asking for 140, 220 ARV. The problem with this place is it's a one bedroom, one bathroom, like 900 square feet. But there are comps very similar in the area, so maybe that's just what's going on. That's the type of activity in the area. It seems a little weird, and I know that it does limit the amount of cash buyers that would be interested in it because it's just such an odd floor plan and really small and probably doesn't leave much room for a good amount of returns. But I still factored in, like, again, $40,000 profit to split between me and the end buyer, the cash buyer. And when I was running my formula, and I would need to be, if there was like even just average repairs, I need to be at like 130. But to me, it seems like this is my driving for dollars list. I'd imagine that a lot of work needed to be done. So in all reasonableness, I'd probably have to be at like 110. So that's what I told them. I said, not knowing anything about the condition, I would likely be in the ballpark of 110 to 130. Seems to me that your buyer put it all on the table for you. Good luck with closing that one out. Please keep me in mind in case things don't work out with this buyer, or if you happen to have any other property you'd be interested in selling. I'm going to go ahead and tag this person as see, this is the type of people that you really want to keep in contact with, though. I'm just going to put them in attention because I'm going to, in a minute here, I'm going to set myself a follow-up just to tap back in with him, text him, and like he said 10-day close, so I'll text him in like a week and see what's going on with him, seeing if he's closed it out, because that's what he was wanting to do, if that makes sense. And then see if his buyer is able to perform the way that he wants him to, or her, if that makes sense. It seems pretty strict, and I'd imagine that anybody, I would have told them, yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? But I think especially newer people get in over their head when it comes to that type of stuff. They're promising things that they can't necessarily deliver on. And then it's going to come down to the 10th day where he's like, all right, you said you would close in 10 days. And then they're not going to be able to close. So not instead. I'm going to assume that she's not interested. Tag her that. If you're so interested, make me an offer. Remember that I am not in a hurry or need to sell or want to sell. But if your offer is interesting to me, we have a deal. I don't really know what that means. I don't own that property. It's not me. Number tag. That'll cycle through to the second number, and if there is a second number to cycle through, and then it will start. No other numbers. Oh, or well, they're both landlines at least. This guy. You got the wrong number. Thank you. This is somebody who texted me. I didn't even text this person. Is there any way I can just delete this whole person? All right, let me hop back to the dialer. Oh, shit, I don't remember the last conversation I had now. Was it a wrong number? Oh, I think it was just a voicemail, to be honest. Hello? Hey, is this Miss Morales? Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Pecan Drive. Okay. And they hung up with the quickness. Not interested though. Not interested though. Um, Let me get back to this one. If you're so interested, make me an offer. Remember that I am not in a hurry or need to sell or want to sell. But if your offer is interesting to me, we have a deal. I'm gonna say understandable. Could you let me know the type of repairs have been done in recent years? Any major or minor repairs that would need to be done? Tag her attention so that she doesn't get lost. Still dialing on my campaign. Oh, see, this is messed up in the campaign. Dang, hella text went out today. I need to change that in the campaign. It's saying contact address one. It's not pulling the actual address and saying it. I wonder why though. Oh, there it is. It only has one bracket and not two. Hey, Timothy. Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on McClellan Street. 3 million. It's the magic number, huh? Okay, okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the call out. It'll be a little bit out of my price range. All right. Have a good one now. Bye. 3 million. Let's see what this estimate is, just for kicks. His estimate 213,000. About a sixth. No, about a 12th of what he wanted. Not interesting. Contact me. Need to go through and edit these other campaigns. All right, somebody texted me back here. Pretty cool that they have an app. And you can like really handle everything on the go if you truly wanted to. Man. Wearing these headphones for a while is pretty trippy. It's cool. Hello? Hey, is this Mr. Lozano? I'm sorry. I was looking for the owner of a property on McGallion Road. Do I have the right number here? Oh, okay. Completely understand. While I have you, would you happen to have any other property you might consider selling at the moment? I think he hung up. I couldn't tell though. It was not who I was trying to get a hold of, but it sounded like he had the authority to communicate that they weren't interested. Not interested. Contact. All right. Hello? Hey, Jesus. I always just assume that I mark it as wrong number. If I'm calling somebody and I address them by their first name and they just hang up, um, I'm just going off of the assumption that it's not that person. So this is a bit bothersome. I'm finding that a lot of people have auto replies on. Um, like if I drop them a voicemail, it acts as it will also drop them a missed call. Um, And a lot of people have auto replies set up to the missed calls or missed texts saying, I'm not available right now. I'll call back later or whatever it is. It's not actually them, but the campaigns get cut off early because they stop on the reply. So I want to make it so that it just never stops on reply. Right? I guess that would make sense. No, maybe it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I just, if it stops on the reply on every single time, or if it doesn't stop any time that they say something, then it would be my job to remove them from the campaign. I wonder how that would work or how that would look like, what that would look like. Because, like, this person, they already got a bunch of texts, but now he's getting the, I'm driving right now. I'll get back to you later. I wonder if I add him back into the campaign that he would pick up where he left off. I doubt it. But it's worth trying, I guess. Oh, here we go. Has already been run for this contact and allow multiple is false. Okay, so it would just start them in the beginning. I think at least. I'll just chalk that one up as a loss or a cold call so that I'll cold call them later. I guess that's the best thing I can do. I don't know why that's not happening. Potential opportunities. My hand's dialing. It's funny. At one point I was back to back to back. Hey, Maddie. Hey, Maddie. Hi, my name is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on K Street. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling? Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the call. Hey, Alfredo. See, that's funny. I feel like it came at perfect timing. I feel like this person only said hello so that he would stop getting texted. It's almost as if he knew that once he replied, the text would stop because I sent him the initial text on the 19th, which was like 9 days ago. Initial text and voicemail drop. Hey, Marcella. Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Wellington Street. Oh, okay. All right. Well, congratulations. While I have you, would you happen to have any other property you might consider selling at the moment? No. Okay. You think maybe in the near future at all, or no? No. Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking the call. I'm gonna follow up. Um, that one's gonna be a quick follow up. Uh, Said she already sold his property. Said that she didn't want to sell quote any other properties. Now. Um, Very dry conversation. Just a little note for myself. Markers follow up, calendar event. I'll hit her in like 3 months. End of the year. But yeah, this guy was just like, hello. That's all he said, too. I hit him one, two. Why is it doing that? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 texts before he just said hello. And I swear he just did that so that the text would stop coming in. But I was right there when he said it. So I asked if he had any interest. I'd imagine that he doesn't, though. Fine. Hey, Paul. Hey, I was looking for Paul. Hey, this is Derek. Just calling. Sorry, I know this is random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Sem Street. Hmm. Yeah, I was giving you a quick call about a property I believe you own over on Sem Street. Okay, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call, see if you'd ever consider an offer on it. But I completely understand. While I have you, would you happen to have maybe some other property or a piece of land possibly that you'd be looking to sell at the moment? Uh huh. Exactly. Yeah, it's my partner and myself. We're kind of just my partner and myself. We're kind of just calling in the area. We're looking to pick up a few more properties before the end of the year here. We buy in Houston and surrounding cities, and just feeling it out to see if anybody's interested in selling. We can make a cash offer and kind of work on their timeline and make it just smooth and convenient as possible. So, yeah, if you ever did happen to want to sell either this property that I'm calling on here or any other properties that it sounds like you may have, we look to make the process just as smooth and convenient as possible if it's something they're interested in. Yeah, I'd have to ask a couple questions to see, what the condition of the property's like. Primarily, that's really how we're gauging our offers. I know you said that you weren't interested in selling right now, but just with everything that I said about just the cash offer, we would buy it as is. We'd cover all of the costs and the fees associated with it. Did you have a number in mind that you'd be hoping to get for it? Mm, gotcha. Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm. Mm, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I hear you. And is that something that you're wanting to, because that's a big move, and I know that it'll come with a lot. Is that something that you're wanting to do sooner rather than later? Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Which is a good thing, you know. Mm. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Doesn't matter what anybody else says, huh? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, if it's something that you're wanting to do, I can absolutely help you. I hear the things that you're kind of foresee being the obstacles, and just wanted to throw it out there as well. We have the resources to be able to help with all that. So if moving is something that you're you're not wanting to deal with, we can get some movers out there. We can, have you just watch them do all the manual labor. And I can connect you with a realtor that'll help you find your new place to move into, all that good stuff. So, um, if I was able to if rather we were able to come to an agreement on price, and I was able to kind of take care of all of those other things to where it's a real hands off, experience for you. How quickly would you want to get it done? Is it something that you're wanting to do before the end of the year? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah. And I call you randomly, and yeah, I appreciate you even entertaining the conversation, to begin with. But like I said, we try to make it as smooth and convenient as possible. When would be a more appropriate time for me to follow up? I'd love to kind of just touch base with you every once in a while, check in on you, see how you're doing, and seeing if you have given any more thought to making that move. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, not ready, huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's adding to it. I hear you. So, so why don't we do this? Why don't I do this then? I'll give you a call sometime early next year, sometime in January, maybe first week or two. Just check in with you, and then at that point, I can, like I said, just see if you give it any more thought, and if you have, we can start talking about what the place kind of repairs it needs, and then we can start talking money. All right, and your name was Paul, correct? Name was Paul, correct? All right. Perfect. My name was Derek. Feel free to reach out. Yeah, you can use this number to reach back out in case anything changes in the meantime before I reach back out to you. But if I don't hear back, I'll be rounding back with you early next year. All right. All right. Have a good one. I appreciate you taking the call again. All right. Bye now. Not a lead, but funny guy, old guy. Just wanted to talk. But I mean, he, he will sell. He will sell eventually. Again, I apologize. I know you can't hear the other end of the phone here, but I'll type my notes out and then I'll kind of narrate it as I'm talking. But uh, I'll say initially said not interested, but asked how much. Derek deflected. Um, Paul told Derek that he just recently went through a divorce. His ex-wife moved out of the house and out of town. Paul isn't wanting to stay in the area either now because there is nothing here for him. He's been in the area for 60 years. Um, he wants to move back to Louisiana. Um, to go with everything. Eric received permission to follow up in January. This is one where I have to be careful that I'm not just calling him up and wasting my time because he could be just a looky loo tire kicker. But I'll mark him as a follow up. Calendar event, create a calendar event, follow up, check in. How's he doing? Given it any more thought? Type callback. Event start January. I'll call him like the first week of January, maybe the second week of January, the 12th. Save that. Make sure that note saved. Go to the contact. Mark him follow up. Mark it contact made. Submit. Boom. Good conversation. Funny guy. Telling me how he's sitting in his PJs right now. Sitting in his PJs in the den, watching TV. Doesn't look like I have any more favorable texts coming in. Hello? Hey, is this Miss Youngblood? Hi there, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Beckman Street. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling? No. Okay. You think maybe in the near future at all or no? Okay. Okay. And when would you say is a kind of a more appropriate time for me to follow up? I'd love to just check in with you. Okay. Okay. I'll go ahead and do that. What was your first name, man? I'm sorry? Josephine. Okay. Again, my name is Derek. I'll just make sure to kind of follow up with you towards the beginning of next year. Just check in, see how you're doing, and see if you've given it any more thought. Is that fair enough? All right. Sounds good. I appreciate you taking the call. Bye now. That was one where I feel like I could have opened it up a bit more, like the other conversation. But I almost took the approach of wanting to shut it down a little quicker than the other one because I don't want to waste my time. Um, Said not interested right now. I know you can't hear what they're saying, but anytime you hear me say, "Do you think maybe in the near future?" That's in a response to them saying, um, "Not right now." I need to stop saying or no after you think in the near future. I just need to leave it at that. I shouldn't be giving them the option to turn me down. Said not interested right now. Gave Derek permission to follow up in the beginning of next year. Save that. Markers follow up. Calendar event. Follow up with Josephine Blood. It's a pretty cool last name. Call back. I'm gonna call it the same day that I call Paul on the 12th of January. Mark her as contact. That's a good lead. What's your plans for the weekend? J Lep. That is a pretty good lead. Nothing too crazy. Me and my old lady going to dress up and go grab some dinner, some drinks. We're hoping that other people dress up on the 30th, and it's not just going to be us in the restaurant looking silly. But our costumes are so good, we wouldn't look silly anyways. We'd still going to be the best dressed in there. What about you, J Lep? Anything crazy for Halloween? Or are you just sticking to the road? Hello? So I've been on the stream for an hour 45. I don't think I was calling that whole time. At least I know I wasn't calling that whole time. I've probably been like on the dial for an hour and a half. I don't know how many contact. That's another thing that I like about Mojo is you can see some of the more important stats right on the screen while you're dialing. So you know like oh, I've hit my goal for the day. I've hit 20 contacts. I've hit 30 contacts or whatever your goal is. You could see it, but I don't think there's a way for me to tell unless I leave this. Hey, Eddie. Eddie, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Priest Drive. I'm sorry? Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider selling that property there. Well, that's a great question. I did want to let you know kind of how we are looking to buy the properties. My partner and I, we are looking to buy probably one, maybe two properties before the end of the year here. We can pay cash, and we can also buy the property just in its as is condition. So we wouldn't really ask you to make any repairs. So our offer is really just a kind of net cash offer in your pocket. So for an offer like that, I wanted to ask, what's the number you'd be hoping to get for it? 250, you said? Okay. Homes in the area kind of going for that right now? Oh, I'm just clarifying. Homes in the area, they're kind of going for that right now? Okay. Okay. This is what I will do. I will take this number. I'll kind of do my homework. I'll discuss it with my partner. If we feel that we can kind of come up to this price here, I'll be sure to give you a call back. Does that sound good? Okay. All right. I'll be sure to give you a shout back once we can determine whether or not this is going to be a good number for us. I appreciate you taking the call. He's I haven't had somebody like that in a while. I need to kind of refine that a bit, but he's not serious. He just wanted me to throw a number out. Um, I am proud of myself how I pivoted to his response and answered his question with another question, which is funny. Like that's the goal in that, right? If you heard that, he asked how much. I said, well, and kind of take a step back. I want to let you know how I'm getting ready to make my offer. This is how I'm making my offer, as is looking for a property in the next 30, 60 days, pay all the costs, all that. So, what's the number you'd be hoping to get? And it's funny how many people actually say the number that they want. But his number it wasn't a realistic number to put it into perspective. His estimate is 147. He asked for 250. I don't even know why I asked if I did that one time recently, asked if that's what places in the area are going for. He said not all of them, so he knew he was kind of off his rocker asking for that much. But um, usually, I'm just gonna hit him with what I said at the end there, which is, okay, I'll take this number, I'll discuss it with my partner, see if that'll work for us, and if after we do our homework, and if it does work for us, I'll be sure to give you a call back. Just kind of a nice way to end the conversation. I don't have any intention on ever calling him back. Um, well, at least not right now until I implement some type of process where I am calling the people who are not interested back. But right now, just gonna not follow up because the last thing you want to do is kind of like cause friction on the phone and be like 250. That's way too much. There's like no point in that. You're just wasting your time. You might as well just get on to the next one. That's a great lead. Yeah, you talking about Paul? Paul is a pretty good lead. That was a pretty good one. It's one of those. It's funny. I was just talking to my girlfriend about this today. He's exactly the type of person that we were talking about. That he's on the fence. He'll probably stay on the fence until somebody pushes him off. Until somebody literally lays it out for him and makes it like a no brainer. Like if hello, hello. Sounds like they didn't mean to answer there. I can hear them rustling around, but yeah, Paul's going to be on the fence until somebody pushes him off. He just doesn't want to deal with everything. He sounds like Hey, Freddie. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Uh, yeah, he's interested. He went through divorce. He wants to move, but he wants to do it. He wants to make a big push, and that's something that I don't necessarily feel confident in myself about and able to assist him. Hey, is this Mr. Lindero? Hey, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Harrell Street. Okay, okay. Completely understand it, and I'd assume that that goes for all the properties you own as well. Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate you taking the call. Bye now. Because he wants to, yeah, he's trying to do something crazy. He's trying to move to Louisiana. It's not just like, oh yeah, I want to move to another house in Houston, which is my market, but so, but I'm down to try. I just don't want to over promise and under deliver is all. I'll just be handing out candy. I have cool decorations. And I have a smoke machine. Okay, okay. Jay Leb with the smoke machine. It's a haunted house or no? Just a smoke machine. I feel like if you have a smoke machine, you almost definitely have to have a haunted house. You can't just be blowing smoke. Hey, Dorothy. Dorothy, hey, how's it going? This is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on Robmore Street. Hey, I was calling about a property I believe you own on Robmore Street. Yeah, yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick call and wanted to see if you'd ever consider an offer on your property there. You ever considered selling? Sure, yeah, I completely understand. Would there be kind of a more appropriate time for me to follow up? See if if you've given it any more thought? Okay. Seems like a problem that everybody's having nowadays, huh? Yeah. Well, yeah, so you're kind of just waiting for everything to settle. Mhm. Mhm. Sure, sure. If it's all right with you, why don't I give you a call maybe early next year just to check in, see if you've given it any more thought, and see if anything, is settled down in the market a little bit. Sure, sure. All right. Well, again, my name is Derek. I appreciate you taking the call, and I'll be sure to round back with you early next year. All right. Have a good one. I know. Follow up. Not interested right now. Has nowhere to go. She says, which is what somebody else told me too yesterday. One of my SMS leads. Um, the market's crazy right now. Nobody can afford. Everybody wants to sell. Nobody can afford to buy. So everybody's going to sell and have nowhere to live, unless they do something like the guys talking and literally move out of the city or out of the state to try to find something affordable. Um, Giving it any more thought? Has market died down at all? Um, and then I want to dig deeper into what she's looking for in her next place to see if I may be able to get a realtor involved to try to help her out. I'm going to follow up with her the same day that I'm following up with the other people on the 12th of January. Go back, mark her as follow up, mark her as contact, submit it on to the next. Jay Lep, you still haven't answered me. Is it a haunted house or are you just blowing smoke? I need to know. And I also need to know what kind of candy you're passing out. It's very important. Hey, Mary. Hey, this is Derek. Sorry, I know this is a bit random, but I was calling about a property I believe you own on O'Donnell Drive. Okay, completely understand. While I have you, would you happen to have any other property you might consider selling at the moment? No. Okay, well, I appreciate you taking the call. Bye now. Not interested. Contact made. Man, the contacts are running up on CallTools. I'll tell you that much. Um, Maybe it's the time of day, maybe it's the list, or I don't know, but I feel like the second I get off the phone with somebody, although I was literally just complaining about my wait time a minute ago. Hey, Juan. Hey, I'm sorry. I was looking for Mr. or Mrs. Gonzalez. Oh, the wrong number here. I hate when people do that. I'm just gonna go mark it wrong number. They like don't. They will like reply with yes or no when I'm not asking a yes or no question. The smoke machine's around the garden, but man, I should create a haunted house. Man. What do you mean? Kind of just going through my text at the same time, make sure I'm not wasting money by texting landlines and making sure that everybody is properly dispositioned into the proper buckets to make sure nothing slips through the cracks here. Hey, is Mr. Castro? I was looking for Mr. or Mrs. Castro. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, okay. Yeah, I was asking, seeing if I can get a hold of the owner of a property on Georgia Street. Do you happen to know him? Okay, okay. Completely understand. Well, I appreciate you taking the call. Will do. Yeah, I'll be sure to remove you from our list here. Appreciate you taking the call. All right, I just said 2 hours. I'm gonna call it right now. Call it on the next contact. Hey, hello, hello. That's that same guy. That's so funny. All right, I'm gonna call it quits right there. All right, called through probably like 300 properties, I think. Let me take it off of this. So So check. It's still doing it. Check. Okay. All right. Whoa, that's a world of difference. All right. Now I just want to, while I'm still live, just check in to see. I just want to tap in to see, try to get some stats on today's dialing session. Conversation. Julio Guerre. Who's this? This is somebody who texted me, I guess. Telemarketer question mark. Oh, that's weird. I'm just gonna end conversation. I've never seen that. Somebody text me. Contacts. No recent calls. I just want to see. Sort by calls outbound. Date range today. Show stats. No way I made 32 calls. Come on. Or maybe it was like 32 connections. I don't know. Anybody who can. Oh, maybe I gotta log into my manager dashboard. This thing, man. Okay, calls today. 604 total. 53 of them were to a human. 119. It detected a voicemail machine. 32 of the 52. Or sorry, 32 of the 53 humans actually connected to me, which leaves a 40% abandon rate, which is pretty high. That means that I'm pretty sure that means that while I was on the phone with somebody, it connected with somebody else on the other line and nobody was there to talk to them. So it dropped it and it got marked as abandoned. 354 no answers, 7 busy, 67 failed. I don't know what that means. Probably like an out of service number or something like that. 602 calls that were less than 1 minute. 602 calls that were less than 2 minutes. 2 calls that were greater than 3 minutes. 1 call greater than 5 minutes. 6 calendar events. 3 connectors. So that's pretty interesting. I still don't know how many contacts that is. Or I guess, yeah, I do. 32. I don't know how many of them were marked. Like, I'm going to go to reports, performance, agent performance, date range today. So I was available for 52 minutes. I stayed in the post call for 23 minutes, which is really high. On phone, on call. So my talk time was 27 minutes. 32 calls that connected. 11 were wrong numbers. 12 were no contacts. That doesn't make sense. 20, that makes 23. But then it says that I've marked call dispo as 21 contacts. And that sounds pretty accurate. That I talked to 21 people. I don't know. I'm going to have to take a deep dive into this because that's something that I obviously want to know, how many people I'm connecting with and how much time, but I won't waste my time on the stream. Appreciate you if you tapped in. If you're watching this, it's not live and you're watching this after it was already posted, I'd appreciate it if you liked it, if you like the content, of course. Any recommendations, suggestions, feel free to put them in the comment section. Any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section as well. Sorry. And if it's something that you're interested in, I try to go live every day, cover cold calling. Like I said, I'm going to work on trying to get you guys able to hear what they're saying as well with my new headphones here. Follow-ups. I'm going to post some mini series about how to comp using PropStream, how to drive for dollars using Google Maps. Jay Lepp gave me a good idea on contracts, anything like that. So I am making a habit to pre-record videos as well and post them into little mini playlists. So I have a few mini playlists already on my channel. I got like a 3-part mini series on how to drive for dollars, my virtual driving for dollars process. I got another little mini series on how to comp using PropStream, and that's something that I'm going to constantly be adding to. Just when I feel like sharing a property that I comp, I'm going to make a video about it. And then I'm trying to get more idea for content so that I can pre-record it as opposed to just going live and then post it. So if you have any suggestions or recommendations, something that you want to see, something that you're confused about, something that you're having trouble on, please comment on any one of my videos. I get notified when there's a comment on my video. I'm still pretty small time right now, so I really want to tailor my content to my early subscribers. So go ahead, subscribe. Drop in any of one of my videos a comment on content that you're trying to see. I appreciate you guys, for sticking around and showing support. Jaleb, I appreciate you. You're my biggest supporter by far. So share this with your friends if you got value from it. Share it with whoever who's interested in wholesaling real estate. Again, I'm wholesaling real estate. I live in California. I'm sourcing opportunities in Texas, so I am virtually wholesaling real estate, virtually sourcing this opportunity. I just kind of reinvested into the business here. So my marketing channels are cold calling and texting. We're doing like a little bit of both at the same time today. So again, if that's what the type of stuff you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're wanting to hop on these live sessions, I'd love to have you. So go ahead and hit the notification bell as well, so you know when I go live. I go live pretty much around this time every day, Monday through Friday. But just in case you don't want to miss it, go ahead and hit that as well. Appreciate you guys. Until the next one. Peace.